Good day, everyone. So, our discussion for today was all about what is learned with practice, and we are going to identify learnings and experiences before, during, and after practice. Okay, so according to James Clear, as what he said, that stop thinking and start doing the power of practicing more. Okay, now, so what is practice with learning? Practicing that is involves applying what has been learned in order to improve and master the skills. Now, it clearly states that learning and practicing is a very crucial incorporation and also is a very significant collaboration to achieve not just improvement but as well as the knowledge. Realizing that new knowledge does not necessarily drive new results, but in fact, learning something new can actually be a waste of time if your goal is to make just only progress, not to simply gain additional knowledge. So the point there is you are not just finding progress, but at the same time, you are aiming for knowledge. Learned plus practice or learning plus practice would definitely equivalent to overall improvement.
So, what is practice? Practice is a fundamental component of learning and it encompasses a range of experiences and insights that contribute to skill development and improvement. When we say practice, it is a repetitive um, skills that we need to undergo for us to have a development and improvement. First, we need to identify learnings and experiences before practice, understanding, and the preparation. First is the knowledge acquisition. It is gathering information and understanding the basic of the skill or task. Here, we need to gather some background of the skills that you need to practice in order for you to have a successful um, learning practice. Next is the settings of objectives. Defining clear goals and objectives for the practice session. You need to plan your goals and objectives in every practice session for you to have a in order for you to have a good practice session. Next is the planning. Developing a strategic plan or approach to the practice session. Motivation and mindset. Intrinsic motivation, identifying personal reasons for engaging in the practice. So you need to know what next is the positive mindset. Cultivating a positive attitude towards the upcoming practice. So you must have a motivated mind, positive mind for sa imong mga practice is dili good ka kanang luya. Like gina-look forward nimo ang every practice ninyo. Next is to identify the learnings and experiences during the practice. First is the repetition. Repeating the task or skill to enhance muscle memory and proficiency. Next is the feedback integration. Incorporating feedback received during the practice for continuous improvement. Next is the problem solving. Encountering challenges and developing problem solving skills to overcome them. Next is the focus and concentration. First is the mindfulness, being present and fully engaged in a practice session. Next is the concentration, focusing on specific aspects of the skill to refine and master them. It means that you must know the skill that you need to practice and focus mag-focus for you to to master these skills. Next is the adaptability, adjustments, making real-time adjustments based on the involving understanding of the skill. Um, Next is the flexibility, being open to trying different approaches and techniques. It means that if you choose specific skills, you must uh, you must be a flexible person. You don't need to focus on one skills, but you have to have a flexible learnings.
Now, let us move on to after practice, including reflection, consolidation, goal setting, feedback, incorporation, and motivation reinforcement. So, now let us start with reflection, and it involves self evaluation and analyzing mistakes. So, self evaluation, assessing personal performance and identifying areas of improvement. The analyzing mistakes, understanding and learning from mistakes made during practice. So it simply says that after practicing, you're able to reflect and to assess with your own by recognizing some lackings and some aspect that you need to improve, that is need for improvement. The next one is consolidation, and it involves memory integration and pattern recognition. So, memory integration, solidifying new acquired knowledge and skills into long term memory, and pattern recognition, identifying patterns and connection that contribute to a deeper understanding. So, okay, so this is where realization occur in terms of your newly gained knowledge by integration and connecting acquired skills to adequately understand the flow on how did the skills being performed in order for long-term memory capability. So what is the purpose of practicing at all times if it is just stuck only for short period of time? So that is why there is a need to consolidate. And now let us move on to goal setting, and it involves adjusting goals and long-term planning. So adjusting goals, modifying goals based on the progress made during the practice session, and long-term planning, incorporating insights from practice into long-term plan for skill development. So as we know that the goal is still there, but upon undergoing during practice sessions, you definitely um you are definitely to assess the things that you need in order to deepen the skill you've learned. So you should adjust goals and long-term planning. So of course it simply says that goal setting for improvement. And the next one is feedback incorporation, and it involves external feedback and self feedback. So, external feedback, considering and applying feedback received from mentors, peers, or coaches. So, self feedback, reflecting on personal observation and adjusting future practices accordingly. So, in practicing the skills, you should consider critics, even from the people around you. And as well as, it is very important that you have your own critics based on your performance because it is a part of learning. And the last one is motivation reinforcement. And it involves celebrating progress, rekindling motivation. So, celebrating progress, acknowledging and celebrating small victories and milestone achieved during practice. And rekindling motivation, renewing motivation by recognizing improvements and growth. So, after practice, you should do something that would encourage you more and strengthen the skills being learned. So appreciating all gained and achieved goals, even in a small improvements, and you should hopefully recognize that goals can be achieved with perseverance. So in short, you must motivate yourself to strengthen understanding, moving forward to improvement. So, as for summary, practice is powerful. Practice is strength. As what they said that practice makes perfect and practice makes permanent. So as well as it involve realization for um, improvement. So each stage, the before, after, and during practice is very crucial way to effectively achieve skills and to develop one's abilities.